Hello, I am Annunziata Wilson. So, I had this English professor by the name of Michael Niemczek. Now, he seemed pretty okay. I mean, he was kind of an asshole the first couple weeks. But then he did something that I will never, ever, ever forget. He didn't know what a noun was. He said it was a person, place, or thing. And if you know anything about English, you know that there's something missing right there. Yep, idea. And when I tried in the nicest way humanly possible to tell him, hey, isn't an idea also a noun? He was like, nope. Next sentence he talks about uses the word soul as a noun. Now, I don't care if you're religious or not, but a soul is an idea. It has not been, proven to exist. Actually, it's been pretty much proven not to actually exist. It's kind of just a metaphorical thing people use a lot to explain their personality. But all that stuff is in your brain. So, he called it a noun. It's not a person. It's not a place. It's not a thing. It is indeed an idea, though. But he rejected the fact that nouns can be ideas. I'm gonna completely be honest for a second. I did kind of intentionally fail this class. Every time I'd go to this class, this is not even the only stupid thing he said. It was just the one that really stood out to me, and it was the reason I could not handle him anymore. So, not only was he completely dumb, but every point he made about something we read was obviously not what the author was intending. We read this short story, I forget what it's called, but there was this character, and it was an ape turned human, Red Peter. And he said that the point of the story was to show that Red Peter was still an ape and not really human. But if you look at the story, if you read it, which I read it several times because I actually really enjoyed it, it was by Franz Kafka. And, I haven't read much of his work, but what I have read, I've enjoyed. And so, the character Red Peter was actually, an ideal human. It was basically, a person who didn't really care about the societal constructs. And that's why, and by societal constructs, I don't even mean, laws and stuff. He understood that. He understood those things. He just didn't understand, because he had a scar on his butt cheek. The cheek. And so he never hesitated to show it, because he thought it was a sign of, something that represented who he was, and how he became what he had become, and how he'd grown as a person. Now, the other thing he pointed out is that Red Peter said that he belongs to the West Coast, which is where he was from. But honestly, I would say that I belong to New York, because I came from here, and no matter where I ever go, yeah, that's where I came from. I respect that. It's not an apish thing to care about where you came from. Maybe his wording wasn't 100%, but his meaning was. Now, honestly, Red Peter was more intelligent than the teacher. So, I guess that the teacher just couldn't comprehend the intelligence of the story. But he was actually a better human than every single person I've ever met, including myself. Honestly, I tried to emulate Red Peter. Ever since I've read that story, I try to emulate him more and more, because I think he's a really good example of what a human should be. Not what an ape should be, but what a human should be. And that is why I hate him. My English teacher, not Red Peter. I love Red Peter. I love Franz Kafka's writing. I love Red Peter. But, yeah, don't be retarded if you want to be an English teacher. That's not very good.